Hello everyone, you're watching The Buzz. On today's show we have Chanel West Coast, then we have Ricky Garcia from the boy band Forever in Your Mind, and in our artist spotlight we have TikTok sensation and unofficial ambassador of the year 2021, MkX, to talk about his new viral song 2021. We are back with a new season, new show, and new face. I'm Trey Rich, roll that intro.
I am Chanel West Coast, and let's get buzzed.
For the last 12 years, we've watched our first guest laugh and rap our way into our hearts, the notorious Chanel West Coast. What's up, girl?
Yo, how are you?
I just popped out, gotta pop up, gotta get a bag, get my stocks up. I'm looking for the check, you looking washed up. Pull up in a caddy, I'm a boss, yup.
So, this song has a new style for you. How did you come up with the concept?
I definitely think that, I don't go for one sort of vibe. I don't have one sort of style. Like I said, I listen to all types of music. Like I listen to everything. Not that much country, maybe a little bit, but I listen to everything, and I don't really try to be anything. I just hear the beat, and if I like the beat and it inspires me, that's what makes me write to it. It's like, it's funny too, because I feel like I'm real picky with beats. I've had people be like, oh, that beat's great. And I'm like, I don't like that one. So it was something about this beat when I heard it. I immediately knew. I said, that's a hit. Like I heard it out of a pack of like 20 beats my boy sent me, and all of the beats were amazing. Like there's some really, really good beats in that pack he sent me. There was just something that stood out to me about this one, and I knew I wanted to make a song talking about, I said I need to make a song with a metaphor, just being like, I run shit so much. Like, who runs shit more than anybody? And my boy who was in the studio with me, like he was just hanging out with me, kind of said it. He's like, you run that shit like a 40-yard dash. And so he kind of inspired me. And then I was like, I love you, thank you, because I do. And so then that's when I wrote the song, and it came so naturally. So that's really when I know that like the song's meant for me, because something about a beat, like if it just makes me start like feeling things, like that's how I know I'm like, okay, I gotta go with it. Like if I have to like think really hard and it don't come to me right away, I skip that beat onto the next.
You wipe your ass with toilet paper and you slip. It smells like it the whole time you're there.
Nah, it buries in your pores, man.
I feel like I shouldn't be here for this conversation. Like no, girls don't poop, dude. What are you guys talking about?
Here we go.
We don't.
Right.
Yeah, start with her.
I don't know what to call it, but even her saying the word poop just disgusted me.
You weren't supposed to be on Fantasy Factory for as long as you were. What was your plan when you got on the show?
Well, my plan was never to be on a reality TV show. My plan was always music since I was a child. So I was a rapper, singer, and I had a MySpace music page, and that's actually how I met Rob Dyrdek. So once I got on TV, I wasn't really sure what my plan was then. I was like, where do we go from here? It was really different being on a TV show that it actually was really busy. To film the show, it took up a lot of my time. So I realized at that time, I was like, okay, I don't have as much time now for the music, so I really got to use this platform being on the show and show every other side of my personality as much as I can. So that's pretty much how I maneuvered it, First, I was asked to just do one episode. Okay. And Rob was like, I need a receptionist for the Fantasy Factory. He's like, we're going to be bringing in a lot of cool guests on the show. And he was like, basically, they didn't know how to have the segue of the guest coming in. And they were like, we got to have, the guest can't just pop up like a genie. Like, you know what I mean? They were like, we need some sort of, for, making a show, that it's got to be, they got to come in somehow. How do we make that an entrance, And so then Rob, like, he knew me and he knew that I rapped, and he asked me, he was like, do you want to play a receptionist for this one episode? And he's like, we're doing this Carl's Jr. viral video, and maybe you could rap in the viral video. And I was like, hell yeah, if I get to rap in a Carl's Jr. thing, like I'm down, And so I came and I went to film the one episode, and at the end of the day, after we were done filming, he kind of just asked me, he was like, do you want to do this full time? And I was confused because I was like, what am I going to do full time? Be a fake receptionist? Like, and so he's like, yeah, basically. So that's how I got, signed on to be on the show. And then, and yeah, the rest was history, basically.
You were probably the first female white girl rapper. So what did it feel like when Iggy Azalea popped onto the scene?
It's funny you said that. Yeah, no, I literally had a MySpace music page rapping when I was 16. I was on the top artist on MySpace for a long time, on the independent top artist. And there was, like you said, there was no other little white girl rapping. Like, that's really what because I love all types of music. But I felt it was a unique thing, being a little white girl rapping. I was like, there's nobody like this right now. So that's why I really wanted to do it even more. I love, unique artists that are different than everybody else. And I wanted to be different than everybody else.
Aside from myself, I feel like you have the best laugh. There's, Eddie Murphy, there's Woody Woodpecker, and then there's you.
Yo, I used to imitate Woody Woodpecker. I still can. You want to hear it? I can do
Yes.
So what's next for you? Where do we go from here?
I'm working on so much different stuff right now. I'm already working on my new album, even though I just dropped my album. So I'm working on my new album. I'm working on a documentary about my life, which I can't say where it's going to be yet, but it's going to be coming out, and it's very just an in-depth documentary. I've basically filmed everything I've done for the past 10 years. Behind the scenes, all my gigs, photo shoots. I had my boy come stay with me one time for a month, and he literally filmed me waking up at 5 a.m. for ridiculousness every day. So you go see me with crusty eye boogers, everything. Like, it's like the real, raw, uncut, version of my life. And so that's going to be coming out. I'm also working on some real estate projects, which I'm trying to document and make a show out of as well. Just trying to do as much as I can. I feel like 2020 was a year with a lot of extra time on my hands, and I used all that extra time to start thinking of what other things I wanted to do. And, I'm forgetting another thing. I'm starting a podcast, which I don't want to give all the info about yet, because it's going to be really good, and I have a really dope co-host I'm going to be working with. But I would like to talk more about that when it comes out, so stay tuned.
So give us all your social media so people can follow you, those that don't know you.
Yes, everywhere Chanel West Coast. YouTube /Chanel West Coast, Twitter /Chanel West Coast, everything /Chanel West Coast, every social media outlet. The only one that's not /Chanel West Coast is my SoundCloud, which is Chanel WC. And my SoundCloud actually has a few songs on there that we never, released on the bigger platforms, that I just put out independently, like for free. So definitely check out my SoundCloud too, because there's some undiscovered gems there, I think.
Chanel, thank you so much for talking to us. We appreciate your time.
Yes, for sure. All right, talk to you soon.
40 Yard Dash is out right now on all streaming platforms. Don't go anywhere. We have Ricky Garcia up next in our Artist Spotlight. Next up, we have Ricky Garcia, who's best known from Disney's Best Friends Whenever and as a member of the boy band Forever in Your Mind. Ricky will be releasing a new solo single this month called All I Want to Do, as well as starring in Netflix's new film Finding Ohana. Ricky, what's going on?
Yo, what's up, guys? I'm Ricky Garcia. I'm an actor / musician, and we about to get into it.
So you say actor / musician. Which came first? Was it the music, or did you get the acting bug first?
Dude, it was weird. Like, I was the type of kid to watch Disney Channel, but like also be listening to music at the same time. So it was just a combo of both. When I was young, I was always listening to music, like Diana Ross, and then my dad would listen to classic rock, Van Halen, Metallica. So just all types of things just in my face. Like, I would always be on the TV as well. So it was just a combo of both. It was never one over the other.
Looking back, did you ever think you'd be at the success level that you're at right now?
Yes and no. Like, just thinking about where I am right now, back then, it's kind of crazy to think about, because like, it's something I always wanted to do and I always pictured myself doing, but I am actually living it now. So back then I'm thinking that it's all like, it's a day at a time type of thing. So like, I could picture myself, but now I'm just like, wow, the fact that I'm actually living this, I kind of have to put a reality check on myself sometimes, because sometimes I think back and I'm like, wow, I was actually on TV. Like, I did all these things. I was on set. Like, I was on stage doing this and that. I'm just thinking, sometimes it blows my mind. So, like, I have to really think about where I am and what got me here, and like the group that I surround myself with, and just everything. I have to think about it all, because you just gotta humble yourself. Like, I'm just blessed.
How did your experience with the band affect the music that you're doing now?
I think it allowed me to, I know it allowed me to kind of come into my own art. It allowed me to explore who I was within the group that I was in. I think it definitely trained me for who I am today, of course. Like, now that I have that, I have all that history under my belt, it's only allowed me to be stronger. It's allowed me to just find my own niche. Because, like, of course, my music is, as a solo person now, it's like, it's different, and it's more mature, and it's like a more developed sound. But when I was with the band, it's like I still was able to put myself into that. So it's only made me who I am today. It's like I look at it as something that I was able to just take all in. I was able to soak all that experience. But yeah, just to take it back, like the band life was something that I'm always gonna cherish. Like, I loved all those memories, being on stage with them.
Well, it looked like a lot of fun. Was it always your plan to go solo though?
Yeah, I think it was something that we all talked about, and we were all very honest, open, and transparent about. It was only natural for the progression that, we all go into our different routes, and we're all going down our different paths. We still love each other. We still are real close. We always talk, and Forever in Your Mind will always be Forever in Your Mind. That's never gonna go away. Like, that's a family. Those are my brothers. So yeah, it's only natural progression. I think everyone has their own path, right? So, like, I don't hate that they're going down their own path. I'm only gonna support them. I love them, and they support me, so it's amazing.
The best music is usually from personal experiences. So this new material, is it all based off of your story or someone else's?
I think it's a collection of all of what you're saying. It's like, it's from my personal experiences, from, like, sometimes, I guess, as an artist, you hear like, oh, this is like something that actually happened from detail to detail. Like, you'll hear these lyrics and you're like, that person went through all of that? And you're like, but sometimes you have to create these scenarios, but put yourself in little bits and pieces. So, like, one song, I think the process is always going to be different from another. So some of it will be 100% completely from the truth, and some of it, it's okay. Like, as an artist, you have to know, like, to exaggerate sometimes. So, like, but most of it, I promise you, 100% is coming from me. Like, I put my 100% self into this music.
So how did you starring in Finding Ohana come about?
Well, honestly, I'm gonna tell you, I didn't audition for this. It came to me from my agent, because he had this relationship, this personal relationship. And as soon as he came to me with that, I was like, Thailand, shooting a Netflix film? Yes, please. Like, say no more, like. But I mean, Finding Ohana, I'm just, it almost, like, I hate to say it again, it almost feels like a blur, because it was so spontaneous and, like, in the moment. Like, when he came to me with it, I was just immediately on board. Finding Ohana is, looking back to it and watching the collective all together, Finding Ohana is something that I feel like every single person can enjoy. It's like, it touches upon these old things. It kind of gives you maybe a Goonies vibe, but it's also its own thing. It touches on Hawaiian culture. It's just fun. It's an action-filled packed adventure, like, it's something that I think just everyone is going to enjoy. It's so inclusive for the entire family.
I know you have a single coming out soon, but what is up next for you in 2021?
Just working on my artistry, working on my music. Of course, always you guys will see me on a lot. You know, I'm on Netflix. I'm on iTunes, Spotify. Just I'm always working on something new. So I mean, this year I have big plans. All I can say is you just gotta watch out for me because I'm not someone just to like look over. I'm definitely someone that's gonna be around for a long time. And I'm blessed. Thank you God that I'm here. Every day is a new day, so I'm just trying to get after it. And just thankful for all the support and love that I've ever been receiving, you know?
Thank you so much for talking to us. I appreciate your time.
Appreciate you. Much love.
All I Want to Do is out January 22nd, and Finding Ohana will be out later this year. We still have more show to go with MkX up next.
What's up, guys? I'm Ricky Garcia, and you have just been buzzed.
Welcome to 2021. 2021. 2020.
In our artist spotlight, we have MkX, who recently released a feel-good song, Welcome to 2021. He also produced and co-wrote Young and Wild for K-pop supergroup Twice platinum-selling EP Yes or Yes. Let's take a look.
I mean, it is kind of always a little bit of an oh shit moment. I mean, I kind of keep my expectations at the lowest, just so, I mean, if I were to keep them super high and then nothing happens, I would be pretty bummed out. So I always kind of expect the least. I just put out music, I mean, for myself, of course, but also for the listeners and people who really interact with my music a lot. So I saw a few TikTokers starting to kind of take the sound and do their own thing with it. And it just kind of took off from there. And some really big names ended up doing it, and it just was mind-boggling because I knew the song was something special when I did it. I was super pumped about the song, but I didn't know it would reach that level of notoriety, I guess. Yeah, so it was really mind-boggling. Hey, what's up? I'm MkX. I am a singer, songwriter, producer based out of Boston, Massachusetts, and I'm super excited to be here.
2020 is finally over. Welcome to 2021. 2021. 2020 is finally over. 2021. 2020 is finally over.
So actually, I came up with the idea in the shower. I feel like I just get sparks of creativity in very random moments. So I came up with the concept of like an anthem to bring everyone into the new year on like right foot forward, you know? And so I just kind of started creating the beat after the shower, not in the shower. That would be interesting. And yeah, so it just kind of all came together within like maybe a week or so. I had the song finished, recorded, played everything, did everything. And yeah, I just let it loose and watched what happened. And I'm just super excited that everyone is really reacting positively to it, because that was my main goal with this record. I was floating on cloud 9 for like a week. Like, just, I mean, the big name people, of course, I was like jaw dropping, hanging to the floor, like super excited. But even the just small random people who just decided to use the video, I mean, I think last time I checked, it was maybe like 31,000 different people using the video, and that just means the absolute world to me, because the whole reason I make music is to impact people and bring some brightness to their day or to their month or year. Yeah, so I mean, watching all these people that I've never met before, have never encountered with in my entire life, just watching them jam out to the song, that's like the craziest feeling to me. It was like, yeah. Felt like I was in a dream.
Blocking everything my friends been saying, 'cause I'm closer than yesterday. Got me high off your proximity, you're breaking me down. I'm trying my hardest, babe.
Oh, I mean, yeah, people are starting to go back and see some of the stuff that I did last year and also years prior as well, because I leave all of my past songs up, of course. And it's really, really fun to see new people kind of dive into the journey that I've been building for the past few years. Yeah, it's been really exciting to see. Especially, yeah, people will comment on like a random song that I did like a couple years ago and be like, where's this been? And I'm like, wow, that's really cool. I don't know. I'm just going to keep staying creative and try to put a positive light on everything I do. I mean, my main goal through my music is just, yeah, like I said before, making everyone feel a little bit more positive and kind of like a whole escapism kind of thing. I love to escape when I listen to some really energetic pop records. And I mean, hopefully 2021 won't be bad to the point where I'll have to write a song like I did for for going out of 2020 into 2021. Hopefully 2021 is going to be a really great year. So yeah, I'm just going to kind of keep going. Whatever ideas pop in my brain, whether I'm in the shower, in my basement, doing whatever, I'll just, yeah, keep bumping them out. My main social media platform that I interact with people the most is Instagram. It's at MkX Music. That's like what most of my handles are. So TikTok and all that good stuff. MkX Music. If you even like Google it, you'll find YouTube and all the other platforms. Yeah. Hi, my name is MkX, and you've just been buzzed.
That's all we have. Special thanks to Chanel West Coast, Ricky Garcia, and MkX. Don't forget to like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and double tap us on Instagram, all at Buzz_Access. Before we go, I just want to say we are all on edge after a shitty 2020 and even shittier last week with the angry mob of terrorists storming the Capitol. But there is nothing that screams privilege more than to trespass and destroy Capitol Hill because you lost and film it and think that you're doing the right thing and that nothing will happen to you. And some people say, well, some people have been arrested, but most of them are back home. And it's a possibility that Trump might pardon these people for their trouble. White people, you have to learn to mob. Isn't it ironic that you're so defiant that if you wore a mask, you probably wouldn't be identified for the very establishment that you're revolting against for making you wear a mask? Anyway, in the words of the great poet Rodney King, can't we all just get along? I guess not, because you guys would rather wear privilege instead of your masks. I'm Trey Rich, love and light to you all.
2020 is finally over. Welcome to 2021. 2021. 2020 is finally over. 2021. 2020 is finally over.
We did break down the Nancy Pelosi's office door, and somebody stole her gavel and took a picture sitting in the chair flipping off the camera, and that was on Fox News. Patriots got down on the floor and were sitting in the House members and the senators' chair.
For more stories and extended clips, go to thebuzzallaccess.com. I'm Trey Rich, and you've just been buzzed.